Hey, what's up everyone? Devil Dog Gamer here, bringing you another Marine Corps Mondays. Yeah, and I'm doing another question and answer because you guys love asking me questions. But hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Happy New Year, everyone. Forgot to say that. First off, I want to say that if you do have any questions that you do want me to answer in one of my Marine Corps Monday videos, please private message me them. Just send me a message because I don't always get to read every single comment. And I feel like if I miss somebody's question, it might have been a helpful answer. So please just send them to me in a message. It's easier for me to keep track of them. If I can answer it, if it's kind of a question I don't want to answer on one of these videos, I'll just directly answer it. If you just want to talk to me a bit, send me a message. I'll always answer back. Alright, anyways, here we go. Start this off. Is it better to do boot camp in the fall/winter or summer/spring? And that one is a tough question, because when I got to boot camp, it was end of winter. It was February, and it was cold as crap. Well, that's not that bad, but if you want to deal with the cold, it's whatever. So the problem is, during the fall winter time, the sand fleas are really bad. And usually rolling into the summertime also is when they get really bad. It's actually, the sand fleas are so bad that they have a special C-130 that comes in and sprays the island every couple of months because it's intolerable. I mean, these things bite and they kill. It's ridiculous. And during the summertime, Parris Island kind of has a weather of its own. It gets really hot. Like, I've seen 105-day temperatures where they have, Black Flag can't do anything because it's so hot. My personal opinion is I'm more of a cold person. I like the cold. I would say do it in the fall and winter. If you don't mind the heat, really hot days, sweating your ass off, not even taking a piss all day long because you're sweating so bad, I'd say doing during the summer and spring. Generally, I'm more of a person with, if it's hot, you can only take off so many layers of clothes. If it's cold, you can put on as many layers as you want. So I like, the winter time. Next question. What was my MOS? Well, kind of thought that was apparent with all the stuff I said, but it was an 0311 rifleman, which is pretty much the backbone of the Marines. Yes, I was a designated marksman. No, they do not have their own MOS. That is a job that is directly assigned by your company commander, battalion commander, stuff like that. It's not an MOS job. It's a certain, specialty you get within your company. So that is not an MOS. Yes, I was a rifleman, infantry all the way, 03 field. Alright, next question. And these are the kind of questions that I kind of don't want to answer, but I feel like I don't want to try to avoid them. So I'm going to answer them in my own way, and I hope you guys don't, I'm not trying to dodge the question. It's just, I want to answer it in a way that, you guys don't put, any sort of judgment on me about these questions. And a lot of the things when I talk about combat and a lot of things I've seen, I'm not going to use the same names of the people that were there, and I'm not going to tell you exactly where we were and exactly what we were going to be doing, because not really operational security. It's just respect for the people that were there. I don't want to be telling stories about them that might get them in trouble, sometime or another, because a lot of my friends are still in right now. So I'm just going to answer these my own way. Did any of your friends die, and did any of them die in front of me? Yes, I've lost quite a few friends. Yeah, that was a nice tank shot, right? You like that, Chopper. But yes, I have lost a few friends. Some of them were from, boot camp friends I made in SOI that were in different units. Some of them were in my unit that were in different companies. Some of them were actually in my company, platoon and everything. Yes, I did lose a friend in front of me, and it was a pretty tragic day because he had a wife, 2 kids, 2 young daughters, and it really hit home with everybody because, you may not like the people you work with, but they're still your brothers, and things weren't the same after that. We actually hit an IED, and it was on dismount, and he took the brunt of it, and as much as I'd like to say he died instantly, it didn't happen that way. And, we stayed with him, tried to do the best that we could, but sometimes the best isn't always, always the thing that's not going to save him, But it's one of those deals that, yeah, I got knifed from behind. It happens, and you got to prepare for it. There's really nothing you can really do to prepare for it, but you just got to remember that the guys that you're friends with and your brothers, you might lose them, and just keep that in your mind and try to, remember that you got a job to do, and that when you lose somebody, not to, lose your bearing and lose control, and remember you have a job to do. Alright, so next question. How did my family feel about joining the Marines? Well, my mom was really pissed off at me. My dad, like I said before, he was a Green Beret, Special Forces. He knew it was coming. He didn't really care. He was making fun of me, though, because, of course, I didn't join the Army. My grandfather was drill instructor back in the day, Korean War, 8th and I, silent drill team, all that. He was happy. He actually cried at my graduation, which was one of those things, those touching memories I'll have. So, but yeah, generally it was, everybody in my family knew it was going to happen. That's all I could talk about, was being in the Marines, or, wanting to be in the Marines and stuff. My mom, she had her reservations about it, and I kind of had to lie to her because I was telling everybody that I wanted to do it career, and I promised her that I was only going to do it for 4 years, and, well, didn't make a career, but she got her wish, needless to say. But, yeah, everyone has their reservations about it. I mean, in the end, no matter what your family says, it's your decision. So, if anybody has anything that, you don't do this, you're going to ruin your life, don't listen to them. It's not the worst thing that can happen. They're just worried that you're going to get killed. And listen, getting killed isn't the worst thing that's ever, that can happen. I mean, at least you died an honorable way and not walking down the street getting hit by a car or something stupid, you know what I mean? I have more respect for people who have died. Everybody does. You hear about somebody dying, serving their country, and everybody feels a certain level of respect and pride for that person. So, I mean, it's one of those things. I would personally rather have died over there than, died crapping my pants 80 years old, One of those deals. Alright, so next up. How do I feel when people ask me if I've killed anyone? This is a funny one because I get asked that a lot, and it's not my favorite thing to answer. My favorite thing in the world is scenario. This happens a lot, and you'd be surprised. Go to a bar or a party. Stand there with friends and whatnot. Perfect example, I went to a party one time. This happens a lot, and it pisses me off really bad. But, chick standing there, she's got dog tags. It's like, oh, who's dog tags? She's like, oh, it's my boyfriend's. I'm like, oh, cool. And I was like, what, Army, Navy, Marines? She's like, oh, Army. And my buddy's like, yeah, he was in the Marines. Oh, I don't like telling people I'm in the Marines. My friends always tell everybody. So, yep. Now she's like, oh, okay, you're in the Marines. Have you killed anybody? First thing out of her freaking mouth. They do it all the time. You tell anyone you're in the Marines, it's the first thing they say. And it does make me upset, It's not a question I like to answer. And it's something, if I just met the person, I'm just supposed, just going to tell you how many people I've killed. And if I've killed anyone, I'm not going to tell anybody that. Because they're automatically going to pass judgment on me. And it's not it's not information I want anybody to know. But, yeah, I get asked that a lot. I kind of feel, usually I'll turn it around on people and, say something witty, either that or just dodge it. Friends, even my close friends, they know some of the stories, but they don't know, details. Alright, have I killed anyone? We'll get to that now. Yes, I have killed people. Exactly how many, I will never tell you guys. And it's not because I don't want you guys to know, it's a personal thing. Only one person outside of the Marines knows how many, and I will never tell anyone else about that, just because it is my own personal demon I have to live with, and I don't think it's anybody else's business. How do I feel about it? They deserve to die. It was my job. You don't join the Marines to bake cakes. They were confirmed kills. There's a difference between them. Probable and confirms. Confirms is you usually have a body or a witness to see you actually take the kill. Probables is you got blood. Nobody really knows who took the kill shot. And nobody. They usually do take their bodies with them. It is pretty rare to actually get, an actual body. They like to drag their wounded away, which we do too. We don't leave anybody behind, and they're the same way. There are a lot of times where you'll get a building or some sort of structure and you got guys inside and everybody and their mother spraying that building. Well, you go in there and you find bodies. Nobody knows who gets a kill. So they just give everybody a probable, or they give it to your company. They'll say add it to a company kill. Stuff like that. But confirms, yes, I know how many confirms I actually have. Probables, I don't even count them because, hey, whatever. You know, he probably bled out, or, you know, it probably wasn't even me. Whatever. Confirms, yes, I have confirms. Yes, I have killed people. So this is the last time I'll probably actually answer that question. I will tell combat stories, maybe about people I've shot. I won't tell you if I shot or killed them. Maybe I'll just say, you know, I shot some guy, put some steel through his chest. But I'll never tell you that I killed him or not. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on how you guys react to this sort of commentary I'm doing right now. If you guys have a problem with me not answering that question, you know, maybe I'll open up a little bit more. If you guys are fine with it, I'll keep it the way it is. Alright, the next is about the gas chamber. Do you do gas chamber? Yes, you do. There is no getting away from it. You will do it no matter what. Every branch, it's no different. Every branch will do it. Does it suck? Yes, it sucks major ass. CS gas is a crazy thing. It burns your skin, burns your eyes, can't breathe. And look, these guys are everywhere. They're like rats. Like rats. Look at them all. Yes, but it does burn. It does hurt. You can't breathe. People start freaking out. Every branch has to do it. And it also crystallizes on your uniform. So like a week later, you'll be wearing your uniform, rub your eye, boom, back in your eye. And when you're in the gas chamber, as in the Marines, this is what we did. If someone starts freaking out, they hold you in there longer without your mask on. And it sucks. So the best thing to do is just keep your composure. Don't freak out. You're not going to be in there long. You'll get out. And I only tell you, if you've had a cold before going in there, when you get out of the gas chamber, you ain't going to have a cold. Because everything in your nose is coming out. So it's fun, though. Tear gas and CS gas is pretty fun. Alright, guys, so we're coming to wrapping this up. You know, 27-9 in this round. I kind of like Battlefield. I like it a lot more than Modern Warfare 3. But yeah, hit 100 subscribers too, so I'm going to do a nice little video for that for you guys. I should be getting my new computer in 2 weeks. Get Fraps all sorted out because I heard it's a pain in the ass, and I'll get some videos up. Also got some of my buddies' WoW videos coming up. Just remember though, you want to send me a question, make sure you do it on a private message so I can keep track of them. Alright guys, until next time, peace.